I love him in he's my boyfriend way, but I've always loved him as I just love him, you know?
Can you feel me? 'Cause I can't breathe.
I'm so excited for you, first of all. It's amazing.
Thank you.
What is your headspace right now, knowing that you have worked on this for almost a year and it's about to go into the world?
Oh my God. I mean, I'm so excited. It really feels like I'm having a child.
It's like your second baby.
My second child.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels super emotional for me. I mean, it just feels like this is like this chapter in my life that I'm basically closing and like giving to people, you know, and it just feels like whenever I listen back to the album, it feels so emotionally charged because my life is in those songs.
'Cause I can't breathe. Where did you come from, baby?
I don't know, every time I finish an album, it feels like I'm kind of like putting a bow on it and just like ending that chapter and going to the next one, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's what this album is to me. It's the phase in my life where I will always be like that, but just consumed by like love and life and the intensity of those experiences, you know? Like being in your 20s and feeling all of those things for the first time is intense, and I feel like that's what this album is to me.
Right now I'm shameless, screaming my lungs out for you.
I love that you co-wrote every single song on this album. I mean, that's something to be so proud of. What are we gonna learn about you through these lyrics and these words?
That I'm dramatic.
That you're emo.
That I'm
Which is
emo.
my favorite thing.
My emotions are naked, they're taking me out of my mind.
You know, I think that everybody, like, I guess when they start dating or falling in love or experiencing those things, it can just be like a very tumultuous time, especially like the first time that I think every time you fall in love, but I think like being in your early 20s and like becoming like an adult and finding your way in the world and finding, you know, your way as your own person and, you know, in relation to another person that you really love. Yeah, I think that people are just gonna feel how, I guess like intensely I felt those things.
I need you more than I want to, need you more than I want to.
What do you feel like you've learned about romance and love while making this album? Because you said that sort of making this was in real time.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I've learned that, you know, ironically, like I feel like so many of these songs are about being in love.
Count the freckles as they run down your spine.
And about like how you feel about another person, but I think the biggest thing I've learned is that the romance, like you really have to just, you know, as cliche as it sounds, you have to really love yourself and know yourself first, which is so ironic that I feel like this album kind of led me back to as well, is that the most important relationship that you'll ever have is actually the one with yourself, and then comes the ones with other people.
Oh, no, no.
You did write this song, and it's my favorite song on the album, called Used to This.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so good, and it's about a trip that you took to San Francisco with a certain Mr., I think, Shawn Mendes.
No, it's another Shawn Mendes.
What was it about that trip that inspired you to come back and just write that so quickly?
Well, I'm just gonna say I cannot confirm or deny because I don't want people to start telling me, oh, this song's about him, because then I'm gonna have to start doing
His
that.
tattoo is in the lyric book.
Huh?
His tattoo, there's a picture of it.
Okay, yeah, well, it's just a little hint. I can't confirm or deny, but I'm basically confirming. But anyway, I mean, I think that song is really special because I just feel like I really painted the details of, you know, like when you're first dating someone that you've been friends with for a really long time, and it just feels like, oh my God, like we're kissing now, and it's, you know, I think I just really captured what that moment felt like for me.
We have seen you kiss a little bit, but at first people were wondering, like, is this real? Is this not real? Was that kind of annoying for you?
Not really.
No.
Because I know, he knows.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't really, honestly did not cause any emotional reaction from me whatsoever.
You did post on your Instagram, I love you, to him. Is this love, and what's like the first romantic thing?
I mean,
he
but
did?
I've said that a lot. I mean, because I do obviously like, I love him in he's my boyfriend way, but I've always loved him as I just love him, you know.
How do you feel like you've evolved as an artist from the first record to this record? And what does your musical journey look like? Like, what's your place in the music industry?
I think I've just learned to trust myself more, and I think just really knowing like what I'm doing it for, you know, because I think like the more I do this, the more I don't know, I feel really in touch with like what writing does for me, especially on this album. Like it was just like a very healing thing and a very like cathartic thing.
Oh no, there you go, making me a liar.
For like a lot of the experiences that I went through, like writing these songs was like my way of kind of staying in touch with my emotions and just feeling it and not trying to even figure it out intellectually, which I can do sometimes when I'm not in the studio. I kind of like go more to my head, and I think like when I'm writing, I'm just feeling, and I'm just like very in touch with my emotions. And so I think that's, I guess, a really important part of just being an artist is just knowing like at the root of everything, like I know that making these songs is for me. Like it's my sanity.
Not afraid to face it. I need you more than I wanted to. Need you more than I wanted to.
The live show, I'm so excited.
Yeah,
You've
me
announced
too.
all the dates.
Yeah, all of them.
What do you
all
have?
the dates.
Yeah, what do you have in store for us? Like, how do you visualize this romance album playing out on stage?
Well, I think with all of I just really want to take people to just another world. Like I feel like concerts for me and music and visuals especially are a form of just escapism to me, and really getting to go to a show and go on a journey and like kind of leave reality. That's what I want to do on stage. That's what I want to do for my fans too. But it's gonna be so much fun because I have the most fun on stage, like being able to.
And you're so good at on stage.
Oh, thank you.
You have such a good presence about you.
Thanks, that's
Yeah.
so nice. But yeah, I'm excited to just kind of like reach out and be able to see people sing these words. Like I think that's gonna be really magical for me.